Hello guys, welcome to this another tutorial. And in the last video tutorial I was looking at document production, and in this tutorial I'm going to continue looking at database reports. And the series of papers that we started looking at is the 2016 March edition of the ICT. And the files that we need for this tutorial are already in my work area. I'll try as much as possible to put up in the comment section a video, rather a link where you can get these files as soon as they are made available, or I'll put a link to my Google Drive and then you can have these files available. Alright, so let's get working. You are now going to prepare some reports for the company. Make sure that all currency values are displayed with no decimal places. Okay, step 17. Okay, so before we even go to step 17, I just want to highlight this part here, that the part that says that you make sure that all currency values are displayed with no decimal places. Okay, in the past exams it has been that you'll be usually told to display all currency values maybe to 2 decimal places, and yeah, but this time around there's no decimal places that we're supposed to work with, so you must take note of this. Okay, so step 17 says, using a suitable database package, import the file m16employees.csv. Use these field names and data types. Okay, so the suitable database package that I'm going to be using is Access 2016. You're free to use any version of Access that you have. I have 2016, so I'll stick with that. Right, so I'll create a blank database and I'll name it, let's say, employee database, or let me just say tutorial database. Okay, because it has to do with my tutorials. Okay, so yeah, but you can choose any name or you can leave it as the default database name. Okay, so create. I'm gonna close this table. Okay, then the next thing I want to do is to import the file m16employee.csv. okay, so let's go here, external data, text file, and go to browse. Then my files are on the desktop, March 2016 paper 2, and then I will get this file here, m16 employees. Okay, open. Now you guys, by now you should be familiar with the importing of a CSV file or a text file into your Access database. So we're just going through the normal procedure of importing a CSV file. So the first row contains field names, so make sure that this box is checked. Otherwise, if you don't check this, what happens is that employee ID, family name, and first name, and job description, salary, office ID, contract, and so on and so forth, these will be displayed like it's a record, so it will be the first record. So you need to indicate to Access that the first row will contain the field names, okay, so that they become the headings in each column. So go to advanced, and then here we need to set now the different data types that we have been given. Okay, so employee ID is text, family name is text, first name is text, job description is text, salary is currency or numeric, okay, and contractor is Boolean. Okay, so the only 2 things that needs to be changed are salary and contractor. So let's go back to our Access. Okay, so salary, you will notice that from employee ID to job description is short text. That's fine. Salary, we are going to make it currency. Okay, because we are told that it could be numeric. Remember, the question tells us that we shouldn't use any decimal places. So a data type such as long integer can also be used, because integers are discrete values. They won't allow you to have decimal points in them, and so it's okay to use integer in this case. Just in this case it can work out, but in other instances where you are told to use maybe say 2 decimal places and all, you are not supposed to use long integer because it won't support the decimal places and all. So I prefer going for currency. And okay, so then contractor, we need to make this one as boolean, which is logic, or yes or no. Okay, like that, and click on OK. Okay, so then you go next, next, then choose primary key. Let's verify if we are told to choose. Okay, we are told to set the employee ID as the employee ID field as a primary key. So you come back here and say choose my own primary key, and let it be employee ID. Okay, so here you can select which field you want to have your as primary ID, but your ID, your primary key, should be a key that is unique. In other words, no record no 2 records in that field should have the same entry. Okay, so you'll notice that all employee IDs, they have they are unique. Okay, so you need to make sure that all employee IDs are unique, right? So next thing that we're supposed to do is to we go next. Okay, so let's go next, and then I'll click on finish and close. And so there you go, our table has been imported with the corresponding fields and all. And we just need to go back to the question and look at step 18. Import the file m16 offices.csv as a new table with all fields set to text. Okay, data type, and the primary ID, or rather primary key, should be office ID. Okay, so let's go ahead and import this other text file. So text, then browse, and this time we are getting m16 offices, and let's go OK. And then next, then first row contains field names. Go to advanced and change address to text. Remember, the data type that we should have should be text, not yes or no, should be short text. And then this one also should be short text. Okay, so other than that, go to next, then next, and next. Okay, then choose primary key, office ID, let it be the primary key. Go to next and finish, then close. Okay, so we have imported both tables now into our Access. Now step 18 tells us that we need to show evidence that the field names and data types used in the 2 tables. Okay, so we need to show the field names and data types that are used in the 2 tables, and we place this into the evidence document. So for the 2 tables, we need to show the field names and data types used. Okay, so let's come back to here, and let's go to this table. First of all, go to design view. Okay, and we're told that this one, actually the decimal places should be 0, so it's very important that you change the decimal places for this to be 0. Okay, other than that, there's nothing that has I mean, you can also change this one. Make sure that the format is yes or no. Okay, it's very important that you change the format to yes or no. I think in the question paper we were told to change it, display the report as yes or no, or checkbox. Okay, so let's make it yes or no. Then we need to get a screenshot of this, so I'm just going to get this. Okay, so just that, and then copy this, and let's go to our evidence document. So I'm gonna go back to the evidence document. The one that we started working on in the previous video is this evidence document, and so we did paste a couple of screenshots from the previous section, the documents production. Now we just need to paste the structure of the table. Okay, so this is table 1, and this is the structure of the table. I'll probably just I don't know, I could have, okay, let me just shrink it a little bit so that it fits yeah, it fits on this page. That's fine. Then I need to get again the structure of, so go to design view for this one. Everything is short text here, and you just need to get a screenshot of this one. So I'm gonna just crop this area, just that. So guys, like I said, the software that I'm using to capture the screenshots is a very powerful software, Lightshot it's called, and it just allows you to crop, get just the screen section that you really are interested in. So you don't need to worry about cropping the work after you paste your screenshot. Okay, so take note of that. You can download, it's a free software, so you can go ahead and download it. Just Google it, Lightshot, and you can install it and use it. It's pretty much easy to use. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to, so we're done with step 18. We now go to step 19. Create a one-to-many relationship as a link between office ID in the offices table and the office ID into employees table. Guys, may I just use to say here that let me just maybe just put I don't know if it's a PowerPoint, or maybe just use a blank Word document and just explain one thing here, guys, about relationships. Okay, database relationships. So let's just make it like this so that it's more visible. So guys, one thing that you should understand about database relationships is that these are the basis of relational databases. Okay, relational databases. And what happens is that these relational databases, they are actually made up of two or more tables. Okay, two or more tables. My typing is pretty bad today. Okay, so they are made up of two or more tables. Okay, and these tables are connected by by links, which are known as relationships. Okay, there are many types of relationships that are there. You have a one-to-one, you have one-to-many, and you have many-to-many. Okay, in this case, in the question, we've been told that we need to create a one-to-many relationship. Okay, so a one-to-many relationship is actually created when you have one when one field, let me say, when one field can link to multiple data items, or one item can link to multiple data items in one table. So one data item from one table can link to multiple items in another table. Okay, so these keys are really made possible by the use of primary keys, keys that are known as primary keys, as well as foreign keys. Okay, foreign keys, very important. So a primary key will be that key that uniquely identifies, okay, a record. A foreign key will be a key that is primary in one table, and it is also just a field, is a field in another table. Okay, so what happens to create a relationship? A primary key must link to a foreign key in another table. Okay, so this is what creates a relationship. When a primary key in one table links to a foreign key in another table, then you have what is known as a relationship. So guys, I could take time just to go and talk about relationships and relational databases, but for now it's not part of the main core of this video tutorial. I would try in future to put up another tutorial where I just explain some concepts like this, but I just thought, for the sake of those guys that are out there that have not done this part, and you may be wondering, what's happened with the primary key, what's the foreign key and stuff like that, what's a one-to-many relationship, and so on and so forth. So let's go back here and create the relationship that we've been told. So create a one-to-many relationship as a link between office ID in the offices table. Now office ID in the offices table, this is a primary key. So this is a primary key, and the office ID field in the employees table is just a field. It's not a key in that field. So this is a foreign key and this is a primary key. Okay, very important, guys, that you know that. Okay, so to be able to create relationships, you need to close this opened table. Okay, close them, save it, close them. You shouldn't have anything here, otherwise the table won't the link won't be created because the table is in use. Okay, so let's go back to database tools, on the tab here, database tools, and click on relationships. Okay, so Access automatically will show you the available tables that you want to use to create relationships. Remember, you could have multiple tables, not just two. You could have 50, 100 tables, but when it comes to creating relationships in between the tables, you have to select which relationships that you are going to which table rather you are going to use for the relationships. So I want employees table and I want the office table. I just double clicked on these two tables. Okay, or you can click on add here down here. Now to be able to create a relationship between these two tables, you notice that you have employee ID with a simple key just at beginning there, just before the word employee. The same thing with office ID. This key signifies that this field is actually a primary key. Okay, so now from the definition we say that a foreign key, a primary key will be one key that uniquely identifies each record in a given table, and so this is the primary key. But a foreign key will be a key which is a primary key in one table and is also just an ordinary field in another table. So if you notice from these tables that you have here, let me just enlarge them a bit so that we are able to see all we can see all the fields that are there in this table. Okay, there you go. So if you look at these fields that are here in this table and these fields that are here, this key is a primary key and this key is a primary key. If you are to identify which key could be foreign key in any of the tables, can you find which key is foreign key? I guess you say office ID is a foreign key. Why? Because it is primary key in this table and it is just another field in this table. So to be able to create a relationship, you need to click on the primary key and then drag all the way and drop onto the foreign key like that. Okay, and just reinforce the referential integrity and click on create. Okay, and then you notice you have one to this infinite symbol. It means many. So this is one to many. Automatically Access knows that in a field where the primary key is a field is primary, like in here, you cannot have multiple of these fields because this key must be unique. It must just be as a unique key. You can't have two keys that are existing in this table that are the same. Okay, so this is why it's going to be one. So one key in here, and the same key can exist multiple times in the other field, because we don't mind here if this key is repeated 5 times. For example, if this office ID is let's say it is 50, just for example it's 50. Okay, it can appear 10 times in this table and then only one time in that table. You just need to define one. So you have a one-to-many table. One item from this table can appear many times in the other table. That's what one-to-many relationship mean. Okay, so the next part of the question asks us to take evidence. So we're done with the creation of the link, the relationship. Now we need to take evidence showing relationship between the two tables, and we place a copy of the screenshot into the evidence document. So the screenshot that we need to take really is just this one. So I'm going to just take this, okay, and just copy it and then go to our evidence document and paste the relationship evidence here. Okay, so that is done. Step 20, it says create a data entry form for all fields in the employees table. Okay, so here guys, we are going to create a form. Now, some of you guys, you are so used to just having datasheet views and stuff, but this time around we're going to create a form. So we're going to create a form of the employees table. So let's go to access employees table, and then we're going to convert this data that we have here into a form. So if you go to create, okay, and choose form, okay, or form wizard, yeah, form wizard I think would be better. Let's choose form wizard, and then the fields that we need to use, just use all these fields. Okay, so you can use from your form, you can choose multiple fields from different, because these tables are now linked, so they will be shown here, and you can have all these tables, the fields that you want to choose from. But I'm going to choose, because this asked us to create only from the employees table, so make sure that the data that you choose comes only from the employees table. And so I'm going to just select all of them and go to next. Okay, and then you have the option whether to choose tabular or columnar or datasheet or justified, and you can view each of these and just see how it is going to be. So I'm just going to stick with columnar. What happens here is that you have all the orange part here, these are labels, and all the yellow parts this side, these are actually text boxes. So it was then you need to modify it, okay, so that you can edit in case you need to edit, and then click on finish, and there you go. You have your table existing like that. So this side are field names, and this side are the field values. So click on view and go to form view, and there you go, you have your form ready. Okay, so this is done. So let's go back to step 20. We're done with step 20. Go to step 21. Step 21 says add the following record to the employees table using your form. So this is the record that we're supposed to add. So I'm just gonna come back here and reduce this so that I can see the values that I have there. Okay, just drag it a little bit up. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just need to see the values so that I don't really have to minimize and maximize. Okay, so to be able to create a new record, you see this arrow and a small yellow star there showing that it's a new record. So just click on it, then you have an opportunity to enter a new record. So this is M0221 as the employee ID. Then the family name is Kapua. Okay, forgive me if I don't pronounce this name this name properly, because I mean you read this part as poor in English, and you have this part as car, so it may sound like Kapua. But I guess this could be an Indian name, and it may not be Kapua, it may be Kapo, or I mean Kapo, or whatever. Pardon me, guys. Somebody should teach me how to pronounce these words so that we work very well. Okay, Sashi. Okay, at least this one I got it properly. Is Sashi, or no, Shashi? Yeah, Shashi. Okay, then job description. This guy is a structural. I don't know if it's a guy or it's a girl, but this person is a structural engineer. Okay, and the salary, the guy pumps in a hefty one, just 416280. Okay, and the office ID is AHM, and the contractor is already set to no, so that should be fine. Okay, so this field has been saved. What you need to do, if you don't click anywhere, this is going to remain. This field is not, I mean, this entry or this record is not yet saved. Okay, so if you just leave it like this, it's not yet saved. So you need at least to maybe go back here, or go back and then go back there, and then you will see that the field has actually been accepted into your database. Okay, then click on save. Okay, and you have that saved. Okay, so that is fine. Right, so you need to check data entry for errors. This is very important, guys, because if you miss any of these things, and then you are told to search for something, and then this happened to be part of the search criteria, and you missed something, then it's not going to work out. Okay, so we need to check that there no data errors. In my case, I'm not going to do that. I think I did enter the exact thing. If at all I missed out something, I can come back and comment it out in the comment box below. So evidence, take screenshot of the completed form for this record, place a copy of this screenshot into evidence document. So what this is asking us is to take a screenshot of this form. Okay, so I'm gonna just, from here, I'm gonna just get this as my evidence that I've actually entered a new record. Okay, so this is the record, Kapo Shashi. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it in here. So evidence 6, database form with the new record details in it. Okay, so that is that. So I'm gonna just take this down there, so that, yeah, okay, so there you go. So let's go back now to our question paper and find out. Okay, so now we're going to produce a report. So a bonus is paid to employees but not contractors. Okay, it is an extra month's pay. And step 22 tells us to produce a report which contains a new field called bonus, and it is the annual salary of the employee divided by 12, and this is calculated at runtime. Okay, so the report should also display the contents of this field as a currency, and then it should show only the records where office is Ahmedabad and contractor is no, and it shows only the fields office, name in full, telephone, employee ID, family name, first name, job description, contractor, salary, bonus in this order. So make sure that all labels and data are fully visible, and then it fits on a single page wide, and it has a page orientation of landscape, sorts the data into ascending order of family name, calculates the total cost of the bonuses paid in this office and places it at the bottom of the report. Okay, so displays this value as currency and has the, a label bonus is paid to the left of this number, and then it includes a heading called Ahmedabad. These names, guys. Ahmedabad office bonus report at the top of the page, and then it should finally have your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. Now, guys, like I've always said in the other videos, that when you're asked to produce a report, I find it personally very easy if you are going to divide this report into two sections. The first section is going to be a query, which is going to extract the information that you need in order to be able to produce this report. Okay, so the query is going to search through the database and extract only the information. For example, information such as where office is Ahmedabad and contractor is no, and then it shows only these field names here, and then things like where yeah, things like here, like the first 4 points here. This can be done in a query, and it's really going to be helpful because you just have to create a report now which is going to be based on that query. And I find it so easy actually to work that way than to go and start a report wizard and creating from scratch a report. Okay, so when you go through report design, actually there's some work that you have to do there, but for now I think let's just work with the query wizard. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to go to create, and then I'm gonna create okay, so let me just close this form. I don't need it anymore. I don't think I even need this. I'm just trying to create space. Save the relationship. Yes, I'm just trying to create space. So now what I'm going to do is to create a query using query wizard. So it's a simple query wizard, and now I need to select the fields that I need for this report. Okay, so it's very important. So the field that I need, first of all, is that the fields that should be shown. You start with these fields here, guys. Very important. Start with these fields. Some people they prefer actually instead of just doing this, some people they can put all these fields, just say these fields, and then get these fields as well, and put them all there, and then once all these fields are put, then they can select show which field they want to show and stuff. But I don't like scrolling to the right or scrolling to the left and stuff, when I could just create a simple query wizard which is just going to show only the fields that I need. Okay, so in this case, let's go back here. You see that I need the office field. Okay, so let's get first of all these fields. I need office, I need telephone. Okay, so let me just go there, minimize this. I can't minimize this. So I need office. Now guys, it's very important that these fields appear in the order that they have been given in the question. Please don't change the order of the question or the fields the way they appear. Don't start with this one or start with this one. Please, I repeat that, guys. This is very important. The order of the appearances of the labels or the fields that have been asked for you in the exam is very important. Actually, there is about a single mark that is given just for you to put the fields in order. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the office field. Okay, and it comes from the office table. Now it's not office ID, it's office field. So I'm gonna get that field, go back to the question paper and check. Then I need telephone field. So telephone field is that one. Then I need also employee ID. So I'm gonna go back to the employees table, get the employee ID, and I need for employee ID I need family name and first name. Family name, then first name, then job description. I think I saw job description, so it's supposed to be family name, first name, job description. Then let's go for contractor, salary, and bonus. Okay, contractor. Okay, contractor and salary, and then the next field that we need is bonus. Now bonus field is calculated at runtime, so you won't find it among these fields here. So these are the fields that you need. Just verify that these fields are actually in the order of the question paper. So I'm just gonna do this just down here. Okay, so let's go comparing. We have office, then telephone, employee ID, family name, first name, job description, contractor, salary. Okay, these are the fields in that order. So perfect. Okay, so what you need to do now is go to next and go to next again and modify your query design. That's in case you need to work on it. Okay, so then I have only the fields that I need to show that are appearing. So there is one more field that we need to create at the end there, which is called bonus. Okay, so remember the field is called bonus and it is calculated based on the salary divided by the number 12. Okay, 12 months. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to get the field salary. Okay, remember the square brackets actually mean it is a field, so I'm picking up the field salary and I'm dividing it by 12. Okay, and I'll hit enter key. Now you notice that this field says that, hey, you have expression 1 here. Okay, this field doesn't have a name, and this is where we need to give it a name called bonus. So it's supposed to be bonus full colony then salary divided by 1. Okay, so what else should be this about this field? We are told that this field should be formatted as currency. Okay, so come back here and right click here, go to properties. Okay, and come to format, and then make sure that you format as currency. Okay, next thing that you're supposed to do about the field. Okay, so this field is calculated, so let's test it if it will work. Okay, just click on run and you will see that bonus actually works. So bonus is based on the salary divided by 12, and this is the value of the bonus. Okay, very important. Now the other thing, guys, that you need to take note of is that so let's go back to the query design view. The other thing that you need to note is that this should be corrected to 0 decimal places as well. So decimal places should be 0 because we are told that all currencies should be in 0 decimal places, or correct to do is 0 decimal places. Okay, so that should be fine. Now next thing that we can do on the query is to show only shows only the records where office is Ahmedabad. Okay, got it this time, and contractor is no. So go back here and office contractor is supposed to be no, so under criteria for contractor make it no. Okay, and then for office criteria make it Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad. I don't know if that's the correct one. Okay, let me just verify that that's the correct one, because if it's not the correct one, it won't work out. So it's Ahmedabad. Okay, Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad. I think it would be nice to have a child called Ahmedabad. Right, guys. Okay, so you see automatically that Access is going to put the work into the word into quotes. Okay, that means it is a string. So let's go ahead and run this query again, and you see that this time around that it has been filtered, and we only have Ahmedabad, and contractor is no, and the bonuses have been calculated. So guys, can you imagine how simple this was? And then I'm just going to build my report based on this query. Okay, so it is actually very simple, guys, very simple. Okay, and you'll see that Kapoor, the last record that we put there, is actually existing into the system, so that should be very fine. Okay, so I'm done with all this, and the next thing that I just need to do is to now start the report wizard. And so save this, and let's go to create, and then this time around we are going to do report wizard. Okay, so what I want now is to create this report based on the query that I just created. Okay, so and then I have this, and I just go to next, and then select them, go to next, here go to next. Okay, the priority, you don't need to change anything, just go to next. Now they tell us that we are supposed to sort all data into ascending order of family name. Okay, so I'll come back here. This is where the sorting feature is, so don't skip this one or try to work in order. What I mean here is where you just want to go in order of this, then that and stuff. Sometimes it's better to read through like the way I did it in the first place, so that you understand which sections that you are going to be dealing with, because some of these sections that are listed here, some of these sections you find that this one may come earlier maybe than this one, or this one may come earlier than this one. So the order really here doesn't really matter. What matters is that you know what you're supposed to do at every given stage. So here I need to sort according to family name. Let's just verify that it's family name that we need to sort these two. Okay, so sort in ascending order of family name. If we were told to sort in descending order, then we should have changed that to descending order, but this is just ascending order, so let's make that as ascending order. So let's go back to, let's go to next as well. So this is where you can set the page orientation. Okay, and this is where you can adjust that all width fit actually on a single page. Okay, so two things that you find on this window: you find this part orientation to be landscape, and you find that it should fit on a single page. So if you come back here, you notice it should fit a landscape, and then make sure that this section is ticked. This one is ticked because it has to fit on, the width has to fit on a single page. Okay, so landscape, and that, the next, and then modify your report. So the other thing that, guys, you can do here is that you can modify the title of the report just from here. Okay, this is very impressive as well, an impressive feature. So I can get I can look at that and say includes the heading, which is the title of Ahmedabad office bonus report. So let me just copy this as my title and come back to here and paste it there. Okay, that is the title of the report, and I'm going to modify and click finish. Okay, and you notice that the report actually comes in and with all this other stuff. Okay, so there's something, guys, that I just want you to take note from here, in that it has put in the page header, it has put the headings of the report. Okay, well, this is okay if it's going to be in the page header. It's very fine. It's very fine. I don't have any issue with that if it's going to be the page header, because what this means is that whenever you print a page and there are two of them, let me just try to preview this. You will see that you only have two fields that are not going to show. So preview it. You see that these two fields here are not showing. Okay, very important. These two fields here are not showing, and we need to either take this into let me just close this so that I show you properly what I'm saying. Okay, so we either need to take this family name, for example, into this other field here, and take this also into this other field, take this into this, and take the Okay, so like more like drag this into there. But what I'm gonna do is to actually drag these fields into the detail. For example, I'll drag this field here and drag it down there, and I'll drag this field down there into the detail section. Okay, and then I'm going to preview this, and you notice that all my fields are now visible. Okay, these hashtags that you see here, they just signify that, hey, this column or this field, the width, each size is too small for the data that is supposed to be displayed here, hence the hashtag. So we need to enlarge the field sizes. Okay, so come back here, and then the next thing that I'm gonna do is to just probably just take this up there like that. Okay, and preview this one again, and you see that it looks a little bit perfect. Guys, what I love about having your details into the page in the page header is that if you had multiple pages, like for example, if this was let's say 3 pages, every single page is going to have office, telephone, whatever, family name, employee ID as the heading. Okay, and you don't need to worry which column has which heading. Okay, so that's very important. All right, so the next thing that we're supposed to look at also is resizing these field sizes so that they are perfect. Okay, so just select the field size. Okay, pardon me, my computer seems to be attempting to freeze. I don't know why it should attempt to start freezing at this time when it has been behaving very well like this. Okay, so I was uploading a YouTube video for document production at the same time recording this other video, so it could be that it is attempting, signifying that the resources that I'm using, they are being shared. Okay, so I'm gonna just do that. So this is the resizing of the field, guys, and just need to resize them nicely. Okay, just resize them nicely. Enlarge, make sure that contractor is visible, so enlarge it, and then let me just close this section. Get salary, enlarge it. Remember, salary as well was never enough, they were hashtags, so just enlarge it. And then bonus as well, just come here and just undo this one, and yeah, pick up that and enlarge it as well. Okay, so let's preview this and see how it looks. Perfect. Okay, so we have all our fields visible, and this is very perfect. Okay guys, so I'm gonna have to pause this video because I have a class that is coming just now, and I'll come and continue this video after my class. So yeah, so I'll see you in just a while. Alright guys, we are going to continue from where we left with our video, and so we did manage to create the report, and we increase the width of each column, and now we just need to go back to the question and find out what else we're supposed to do. So we're done with the report heading. We're also done with sorting in ascending order of family name, and the orientation is landscape, and also the page fits on a single page, and we have also the fields, these fields to show, and the office is Amebadad, and contractor is no, and bonus is salary divided by 12, and this is calculated at run time. Okay, so what we need now to do is to create a label. Okay, to create a label which is going to be to the left of this number. Okay, let me see. Okay, it's this one here. Calculate the total cost of the bonuses paid in this office and places it at the bottom of the report. So we need to calculate the total cost of the bonuses paid. Okay, so what I need to do, these bonuses that are paid here, we need to find the total cost just at the bottom here. Okay, so let's go to design view, and then in the report footer, I'm just going to extend this. in the report footer, I'm going to put a control box there. Okay, now this is called an unbound data, and it has a label, text box, and a label. So you need to enter here total bonuses paid or bonuses paid. Okay, let's see. The label is bonuses paid. Okay, it has a label to the left, so the label is bonuses paid. Okay, and in the unbound data, this is where we are going to put the formula which is going to calculate the total cost of all the bonuses that have been paid. Okay, so to calculate the total cost, you just need to start with equal sign, then sum, and then you need to use open bracket, then square brackets to retrieve the field name. The field name is bonus. Okay, and square brackets, and then close parentheses, then yeah, so that should give you the bonus. What you have said here, what this formula does is that it is saying, can you sum up all the bonuses or the data entries that are in the field bonus. Okay, so let's go ahead and preview this and see if it does calculate the bonuses at the end. There you go. So you have the bonuses at the end there, and the problem that you see here is that these bonuses, they are sort of you have the decimal places. Now remember, in our working we were told that we should not have decimal places or decimal points. So we need to make sure that decimal points are removed from this that. Okay, so let's check if this has properties where we can check for the decimal places. So decimal places, just make it 0. Okay, let's preview it again, and this time around, well, it does show decimal places. Let me just verify again. Okay, yeah, decimal places 0. We'll need to put up some formula just down there. Let me just verify that, guys. We'll need to put up some formula to be able to. Alright, guys, I needed just to verify that the decimal places that we are using here are actually supposed to be 0 decimal places. So when you go to the properties of bonus field, rather this unbound data, I did set the decimal places to 0, but for some reason it was showing that the decimal places were if you preview this report, you'll see that it's showing all the decimal places. I don't know, 6 decimal places after the point, but it's supposed to be correct to 0 decimal places. So I was trying to figure out why it is showing the decimal places despite on the property setting it is set to 0. So what I found out is that actually the width or the size of this text box is actually too large, and so it is accommodating as much data as it can accommodate because of the size of the text box. So what we have to do is to reduce on the size of this text box. Just click here and drag it all the way down here so that the size is reduced. Okay, so once you have that, try to preview it, and you'll see that the number of decimal places has now remained to 1. So which means we can drag it a little bit further again just to make sure that this is rounded off. Okay, so somewhere there, let's find out. Okay, there you go. So all the decimal places have been removed. Okay, so and then you have bonuses paid as the label to the left. Okay, so what I need to do now is to just drag these two guys just by the end there, and then preview it, and then we'll see that it is perfect. Okay, the other thing, guys, that we need to do is to set the value of this total bonus as currency as well. So just right click, go to property once more, and let's find out if we can find some currency thing here. I don't know if we can. Plain text, rich text. I don't know if we can. Okay, let me just see datasheet caption. Right, so I was looking for a property to do with modifying the currency. I didn't want the video to continue running, otherwise it's going to be too long. Okay, so yeah, there you go. So you go under format and then you go to currency. Then let's try to preview this. Okay, so now you will see that this is going to have hashtags. Hashtags, like I said earlier on, they mean that the field size is too small. So let me just enlarge it just a little bit, and then we'll be able to see that it's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's see once more, and there you go. So you have 5,838,188 pounds. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, so let's go back to the question paper and find out what else is not done. Okay, so let's go through the entire section of the report. So we are done calculating the bonus field, which runs at runtime. We have set all the contents of this field as a currency, and we show only the records where Ahmedabad and contractor is no, and we show only these fields, and then it fits on a single page wide, and it has a page orientation of landscape, and then it sorts the data into ascending order. We're done with that as well. Calculates the total cost of the bonuses paid in this office and place it at the bottom of the report. We're done with that. Displays this value as a currency. We just from doing that, and then has a label bonuses paid to the left of this number. We are done with that as well, and then includes the heading. Okay, Ahmedabad office bonus report at the top of the page. We're done with that as well, and then the last thing that we're just supposed to do is to add our name, center number, and candidate number on the report, and then save and print this report. Okay, so let's go ahead and add all the details on the report. Okay, so there are two things here, guys, that you must take note of when we work with reports. We are not told, first of all, where to put this center number or candidate number, whether we are told to put it in the header or in the footer, and the choice really remains up to us. Okay, but one thing that I would want to tell you guys is that before you print your work, you must make sure that your candidate details are actually appearing on your document. So what we're going to do is to make sure that in the page footer we put our candidate details, as well as in the report footer. Okay, so but since the question didn't tell us to put in the report footer, I would rather we put just in the report footer. But there are times when the question tells you to say put your name in the report footer. What that means is that you must put your name in the report footer. At the same time, you must put your name in the page footer, because remember, in ICT you are told that every work that you submit for marking, it must have your name in the page footer, or in the rather in the footer or in the header. Okay, so no paper is going to be marked if it doesn't have your name or your details in the header or footer. Okay, even if you have been told to put your name in the report footer, don't take that for granted. You must go ahead and put your name again in the page footer. Two things. Okay, so we're going to put some labels in our page footer and put in our candidate details, as well as our okay, let's just do that once more. Okay, then type. Okay, so let's go Chikasa Evans, ZM 556, and candidate number 0001. Okay, so go ahead and preview this in your. Okay, so you have that, and at the bottom of the report you have your candidate details there. Okay, so guys, if you need to verify that you are done with this work, just kindly go through. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'm running out of time. I'm not going to do that, but you can go ahead and verify that all the work here has been done. As far as I'm concerned, everything has been done, and we are done with this section for database reports. In the next video, I will be looking at yeah, well, the last part just says you to save and print your report. That's fine. Let me just print that. Okay, so well, I almost printed the question paper. Let's go back here, save it. Okay, print the report. So save it, then go ahead and print the report. Okay, now what I want to do, guys, in the next video, like I said, we will be working with database labels. Okay, it's going to be a short video because this is very so just about 9 marks, and then the other videos will look at mail match, and in the last video also we should look at presentation. Okay, I hope this is the last video. Well, there is another part, printing the evidence document. Okay, so that should be it for this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, comment out if you have any paper that you want me to work on. Please just comment it out there and I'll have a look at it. If it's possible to work on it in a shortest period of time, I can work on it and then post it for you. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.